So this is a letter to my 25 years old self. We made it. We got our first home together. Hi everyone, I'm Walter. I'm the founder and creative director of Assembly Clan. So in today's video, I'm going to show you my first beautiful house that I worked really hard for and put a lot of time and effort into it. Renovation is a pain. I think it's something that you won't go through it until you go through it, right? And for me, I didn't expect renovation to be so difficult. It was very stressful, but I think this is just something that you learn along the way. And in this video, I will share with you what are some of the learning lessons that I had. Hopefully it can help you go through your first renovation. I really like smart living, so in our office space, everything is controlled by Google as well. So for my own home, I actually work with Pro, one of the top companies who does smart solutions for residential or commercial spaces. So I work with them to automate like every single sheet you see at home. So it's damn freaking amazing because the moment you step in from the main entrance, they have this sensor thing that triggers certain lights based on what you want. They also installed this smart panel by Mover. So this smart panel is actually the hub where they link up all the different devices at home. Okay, I think one thing that's like quite life-changing, you can set certain timing to switch on like the air conditioning or certain timing to open the curtains. Basically, it can help you be more productive when you wake up. At home, sometimes you just want to know, right? And like wake up very late. You can force yourself by waking up with the light peeking through your window. It can go so specific until like 9 AM you open like 30%. And then 9-10 AM it opens 50%. And then finally 9-15 PM it opens like everything. So at the foyer, I have this tinted mirror. The tinted mirror acts like a full-length mirror without affecting the other areas of my house. Like right before I leave house, I can check my outfit. This tinted mirror really comes in pretty handy. So it makes the space feel big because the walkway is like quite narrow. With this tinted mirror, it actually lengthens the entire space. I think from young, I've always liked designing. Actually, I even considered being a interior designer when I was in poly, but I just didn't do it. I thought, maybe it would be best that I get an interior designer to, kind of give me a fresh take based on my likings, my preference. So I just wanted the design to be kind of timeless and neutral, that will not go, out of style or out of trend. So I got formal design practice to do it. They are very specialized in wabi-sabi, and that was something that I like. I went on Instagram. I didn't find any other interior designer firms that I like. I DM'd them on Instagram first, and then I went out to the office and was allocated an ID to work on my house and also to better understand my personality and my style. I actually didn't go to any other ID firms for comparison, but actually, best of practice, right? You should always get at least 3 quotations. And just like widen your options first if you have time. So for the niche of the ID company that I went with, they are good at wabi-sabi. So I feel that any other designers in their firm, right, should be able to give you like similar results. It will be good if you can, meet a few IDs, because this ID will be working with you for a long period of time. I think based on my experience, like more than 6 months. So you really want to find the best fit for your home. Although the style that I like is wabi-sabi, I also didn't want to live in a Pinterest house. I think I was very clear that the base has to be wabi-sabi, but on top of that, you will be able to see things that screams me. I think that's very important. You want to be, inspired in the space that you live in. This is very important before you start the entire design process. You have to choose like a few key colors. I remember that time when I went to France, I went to stay in this Airbnb that was built by an architect. He has a very nice glass house and his living space has like RGB lighting. So at night, he actually turned his entire living space to red. I was like quite curious. I was like, how come your entire house is red at night? And then he explained to me that, there is actually scientific research that shows it actually helps you sleep better at night. And I was like, wow, the colors of lighting, right, can actually affect or improve certain areas of your life. So that was something that I want to do for my own home as well. Lighting is a very important part in my life. I guess that even for work, for photography, for videography, it sets the mood, tells a story. It can make a space easier to live in as well. And for that, I work with Villa. Have really worked together for my studio space, and they did a really fantastic job. For the last 2 years, the light has been really reliable. I'm working with them again for my own house. So I chose to go with them also because they know a lot about lighting. Over the past 24 years, they have dealt with a lot of different situations. The knowledge is also unparalleled to lighting companies that are just a few years old. They offer smart solution, which is a big thing for my house. They use Aurora light. This is also the lighting system that my agency uses. You can actually change the color temperature, you can change RGB lighting. The RGB lighting can even change based on the music. So welcome to my living room. My Woody and Stormy pangkang already, they left the sofa. This very comfortable sofa is from J.Edition. It's the newest model. It's called OTTO and it's a modular sofa. It's really very comfortable. I've had it for about 2 to 3 weeks really, and it has the sink-in effect. I told Sam, who is the founder and the designer of the sofa, I told him that I wanted a sofa, right, that fits my house aesthetic. I don't have a big living space, so it has to fit the living space well. And to me, the very important thing is having goose feather in my sofa. So they also have another series that has goose feathers, and I love that. So I told him I like it, and he actually custom this sofa. They are also selling it now already. So it comes in 3 different dimensions. It's a 1.5 seater sofa, and mine is the configuration B. So configuration B is this part and a round shaped part. So the round shaped part, right, it's actually enough for Asians, to put your leg to the end. Maybe I don't have long legs, but it's very comfortable. It's very comfortable because of the mix that they have inside. So it's a mix of 70% goose feather and 30% polyfiber, which gives you this support for your backing, because it kind of shapes your backing a bit because of the goose feather. So it has this sink-in effect. Yeah, and all the pieces, right, is actually removable, so you can easily wash them, which is perfect because it's white. I know it's a risk to get a white sofa, but for me, I feel that the white will kind of make the space feel a bit brighter and make the space feel bigger as well. So I think this is the first sofa that comes with this fabric. It makes it feel a bit more minimalist, a bit more luxurious. And this modular sofa, right, you can actually split it up. So you can reconfigure it maybe every half a year if you suddenly feel your living space needs more seats because the family expanded. You can also buy another piece to put right in the middle. So for this one, it's about 2 meters long. So it comes with 2 pillow cases, and this side cushion, you can actually use it as a pillow. So the way he designed, I thought was pretty brilliant, because sometimes at your place when you watch TV at night or afternoon that you just want to chill and nap. This sofa itself, it kind of looks like an art piece also. The shape in itself makes it a bit more interesting for your house instead of the usual rectangular shape. Oh, and I have a hidden NEXEN bar behind the sofa. I really wanted this to be behind the sofa because when guests are over, they can actually charge their phone. So I have the USB-C head. I have other adapters that actually hides away from visible view outside for the vacuum cleaner. Okay, so I have the vacuum cleaner right beside my sofa. And yeah, because my space is small, I will try to get items that can be displayed as well. So this looks really slick. It's from Mark. It's the best vacuum that you will ever hear because it can vacuum, it can mop, and it has high steam. Especially I have pets around. Let's say if they accidentally pee or I need to quickly mop and vacuum pasta sauce from the floor, the high heat, right, will actually melt the sauce on the floor, right, and then it vacuums and then it mops all in one go. Jamie Pang, thank you for the best gadget in my house. I love you dearly. So sometimes when I have my guests over after some drinks, one activity that I like to do with them is to stand in front of this art piece and then we try to guess as many icons that we can, because the art piece is made of like a lot of iconic like artists, rapper, singer. It's a very pop culture piece, but I don't really know like a lot of them. Sometimes like my friend tell me like a new face that I've never seen before. But anyway guys, like please help me out on this. This person looks really familiar, but none of my friends can guess who he is, and I can't remember also, but I know for sure I've seen the real him before. It's like a good conversation starter and to, you know, talk about art and get inspired. So here I have my very proud TV console that we custom with former informers. They actually helped me design this. Didn't want to have anything above the console so that the living space doesn't feel heavy. So initially I thought I wanted to have like more storage spaces. So it was like storage spaces below, storage spaces on top, and the whole place just feels very boxy and cluttered. So I guess like one tip to make your space feel bigger is to have like lesser things on top. We also already brought down the ceiling height a little by having the false ceiling. So if you want more things, I feel that having more things below kind of, you know, extends the space and make it feel like you have like higher ceiling. So this is my Samsung TV, my 65-inch TV. I think it's like the OLED series. You can watch Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime. I think like one little surprise here, right, is that we have the NEXEN bar hidden inside. So it helps to like organize the shelf and, you know, all these like sockets that are powering the devices are actually all hidden inside. This is something that was non-negotiable for me when I was designing with my ID. I want all the cables to be like hidden. Generally, I quite like this TV console, but one thing that I thought could have been better, you know, having the soundbar higher. Initially, I thought that it was supposed to be here, but when it was done and delivered to my place, it was installed it like that. I think at that point, we really didn't have any other solutions. We can't drill another hole on top, otherwise it would expose a hole below. Initially I thought like I wanted it to be mounted to the marble console, so all along I thought that was how it was going to be. My idea actually like used 3M tape to stick the soundbar to the marble console, but over a few days it actually fell down. I think 2 weeks later they came to propose another solution to put like a Velcro 3M tape, which is a heavy duty one, but it still couldn't withstand the weight of the soundbar. So currently, as you can tell, I'm using my vinyl player and the coffee table books, right, to hold the weight of the soundbar instead of letting it hang loose on the marble again. But if you have any solutions, please let me know, because I'm really dying. Like, I don't know what else to do. I guess with renovation, right, it's just like that. Like every day you just face like different problems and situations that is really beyond your control. It comes to a point where you just close one eye. So actually for me, right, I'm quite OCD in general, like the spacing wise. So this really drives me pretty crazy that it's not designed properly to be over here, but I guess we will just have to live with it. So these materials are also from Korea. It's also from the brand 3M. I think they have a lot of different colors. You can go and check it out. There's this like fake wood grain, like a texture on the door. If you can see from here, it goes very smoothly to wall hubs, textured wall paint in blush pink, but it's actually not super pink and it's not dusty, very smooth to the touch. So for my house, I actually work with wall hub to do up all the walls that you see in my home. Even the laminates on the cupboard, on the kitchen cabinet, the door, these were all done by them. So as you can see along the walls of the house, of the living room especially, there is this textured wall paint. So it's our in-house brand and paint. It's called Terra Paint, and I chose the color code Blush Clay, and the paint is also low odor. So I think that's very important to me because I have 2 dogs living with me and I don't want them to smell any paint that, you know, might kind of affect their health. So this odorless paint is perfect. They have different shades of textured wall paint as well. You can check out their flagship store. Their flagship store is at Xinmin Lane. They have a good selection of wallpapers, textured wall paint, fluted panels. They also have it. I'm very happy with how the house turned out. Anyway, today I want to show you this coffee machine. It's damn good. The Longhee coffee machine. It's a housewarming present from Cynthia, so thank you. I tell you, this coffee machine, right, is like damn difficult to make because every time you make a cup of coffee, right, you need to wash like 10 million things. Just look at the amount of things that you need to prepare. It's crazy. Actually, I'm not like a professional barista, just disclaimer, just like a home standard kind. have to pretend a bit, you know. So when your friends are here, you just... Yeah, give me a while. You must make sure that your coffee grounds, right, are in an airtight container. So I got this from Shopee, and then you just vacuum out the air. Yeah, so that it can last longer. This one is the pretentious part. Actually, you can throw it in the bin also. It sounds damn scary, right? There's no latte art, yeah, so you all don't expect to see anything. Wow, solid cafe standard. We have the NEXEN bar that is recessed into this marble. This is really very slick for your kitchen island because, you know, it helps to manage the cables and it won't look very messy. So if you are not using it, you can just take it out. I can just conveniently put it in and twist and you'll be switched on. You can tell that it's switched on when there is a blue light. They also have like many different colors. They have chrome, they have black. We purposely chose the NEXEN bar silver to match like the overall silver theme of the house. For the NEXEN power track, they actually undergo a lot of rigorous testing and they are all safety marks certified. So you can be sure that you'll be really safe having this, even if you have like children or pets at home. So thank you for partnering with me to beautify my entire space. 阿媽，你嚟這間厝敢若真貴咯？你係累了無？你入嚟你門啦係累了無？係600了。係600。你整咗600。實費到6000。實費到6000。I actually went to pick up the plants and the flowers with my grandparents the other day. I brought them to the plant nursery at Punggol. My grandma chose this plant. There were like at least like 8-10 other options, like different kind of purple. And then my grandma was like, okay, like you cannot choose that, you cannot choose that. Then I asked her why. So she was like, you have to choose plants that has like nice leaves. You cannot even have like one like bad leaf. And you cannot have like too many branches also. Because if you have too many branches, it means that the flower is old. But they are just like, you know, growing out new ones. So you need to get pai neng and young ones like this one. So I'm really very happy that I moved closer to my grandparents. I actually grew up with them since I was a baby until I was 21 years old. And I moved to another part that is still near but not as near. Yeah, so after 10 years, I've moved back to my hood, the hood that I grew up in, much closer to my grandparents, and I can hang out with them more often now. So I moved in for about 2-3 weeks really, and for some mornings I actually call them out for breakfast and we'll go to the mall and coffee shop nearby to eat together. And yeah, it just feels like really nice to live near them because even when I have any problems, I can just like call them. Sometimes you can settle it by yourself, but you just want to spend more time with them. My grandparents, they are like my first few guests to my first home, and I was really eager to see their reaction because they also know that this is something that I was working towards too. I think they are very proud of me. I can see in their eyes. They just say, wow, why tao ke sun, jing ho mia, and all that. Basically saying that, you know, like now it seems like I have a good life and they are really proud and happy for me. Yeah, I had them over and then my akong was happily drinking whiskey on my sofa. And my grandma just like lie down like on my sofa and like she wanted to take a nap here. And I'm very happy that I can have them over at my house while they are still around because my grandparents are not that young anymore. So yeah, if only I have one more room then I can have them like sleep with me. So actually when I entered into uni, right, my goal was to get a house by 30 years old. It was not like a dream, but it was something that I wanted to work towards too. So inside are my sources. I'm a bit like vertically challenged, so I cannot like reach for the things inside. For me, like I actually got this special marble slab from a local manufacturer. Let me show you my bedroom. So the overall theme is also a bit like muted, wabi-sabi, but still has flavor to it.